Hey, Jonathan here, and in this video, we're gonna be answering a question that came in through our newsletter. So if you aren't on our newsletter, be sure to sign up. I'll show you how to do that at the end of this video, because that's where we're gonna be answering a lot of our questions now. So this one comes in from Zane, and he asks, hey Jonathan, my biggest frustration is plateauing in my progress and being unable to move past a certain point. So if you guys could give me a couple of suggestions how to overcome a fitness plateau, I would be very grateful. So maybe you're in the situation too right now. You've been training a little bit, but you've reached a certain point where you stop seeing progress. You've reached a fitness plateau, whether this is in building muscle, in learning new skills, or cutting down extra fat. This is gonna happen. It's gonna happen to all of us. Whenever we're training a lot, we're gonna reach a point where we're gonna stop seeing progress, and it can be very frustrating. But the good news is, I'm gonna give you 7 ways to bust through that fitness plateau inside this video. So as you can see, we're in a different location than even last time. We're in Chiang Mai, we're at a local park, and if you see those guys playing, I'll be talking about something that's gonna help you break through your fitness plateau that has to do with that, but that'll be here in just a second. Now, the first thing is, before you even try to start breaking through a fitness plateau, you need to make sure that you're actually keeping track of your current progress. Because if you're not keeping track of your current progress, how do you even know if you're reaching a plateau? And then how are you gonna know if you're breaking through it? By adding the things that we're gonna talk about. So that's number 1. Now, when it comes to fitness plateaus, there's a lot of different reasons, but there's 3 main causes for you, or that's causing you to hit this plateau. And the first one could be overtraining. So if you're not getting enough sleep, things like this, which we'll go into more in the solutions, but overtraining is a big one. The second one is poor nutrition, so not getting in the right diet. The third thing is hitting a point in your exercises where you're not reaching a point to adapt to the new exercises. So you've hit a plateau because your body doesn't need to adapt anymore. So it stops adapting, and now you're not seeing any more progress. So those are the 3 main reasons, but what are the solutions for breaking through those? Well, there's 7 main solutions I want to give to you. The first one is, like we talked about, making sure that you're not overtraining. So with overtraining, you just need to make sure that 1, you're getting enough sleep every night, because that's going to be a big portion of the growth period for whether you're trying to cut fat or build muscle. Good sleep's going to help you do that. The second thing is making sure you're not overtraining, meaning you're not training hard every single day. If you're doing hard workouts, it's good. A good rule of thumb is just taking a good 24 to 48 hours break in between each of your hard workouts. And then number 3, every 6 to 8 weeks, just take a full week off of just complete rest, doing just light stretching, things like that, to really let your body reset. Now, the second thing is with nutrition. And so what you need to do is make sure that you're eating clean foods and you're eating enough foods. Especially if you're trying to build muscle. You need to make sure that you're eating a lot of food, but it has to be clean food, otherwise it's not gonna make any difference. You could be eating a ton of food, but if it's just damaging your body, it's not going to allow your muscles to grow or you to progress in what you want to progress in. So my tip to you is that in your diet, make sure you're sticking close to nature, meaning you're eating foods that are close to its natural state. And you're eating plenty of protein, plenty of healthy vegetables. If you're trying to build muscle, add more healthy carbs like rice, quinoa, or sweet potatoes and things like this. You need to make sure you're eating a really clean diet, because you can't out-train a clean diet. If your diet is bad, you're not gonna see progress. Whether you're trying to lose fat or trying to build muscle, diet's gonna be a very big one, and that's one of the most important ones we've seen. Now, for solutions 3 through 7, we're going to be talking about solutions with your exercise routine, because there's several different ways that you can break past that plateau with the exercises that you're doing. So solution number 3 is simply just adding in extra resistance. If you're doing your workouts right now and you haven't been adding on extra weight or extra resistance, now is a good time to do that. And you can do this by either, with the resistance bands that we talked about in the last video, by making the exercises a little more difficult. So for example, if you were doing regular push-ups, try some that are 1 arm, or maybe add in a weight vest, or go to the gym and add on some weights. Add in some extra resistance this way. It can be a great way to switch things up. Solution number 4 is to add in extra reps into your workout routine. So for example, if you've been doing a lot of low rep exercises, so you're doing 3 sets of 5 to 8 reps of push-ups or bench, try switching this to higher reps. So for the next 3 to 6 weeks, try adding in where you're doing a lower amount of weight for a higher amount of reps. Maybe you switch back to regular push-ups and do 3 sets of 20. Or maybe if you can't do regular push-ups, go to a modified push-up that you can do a lot more reps and do them faster. This is gonna help you adapt to a different routine. Solution number 5, add in different types of movement for your exercises. So for example, if you're doing push-ups, you're doing the regular push-up, and that's all you've been doing is the regular form of the push-ups, it's time to switch it up, where now let's do a few narrow push-ups. Do a set of narrow push-ups. Do a set of wide push-ups. Switch it up entirely. Or do circles, where you're doing rotations. And you can do this with a lot of different exercises, with push-ups, pull-ups, body weight routines, and even weight routines. You can add in these different types of exercises to get the smaller muscles around or hit areas that we haven't been hitting that will help us adapt more when we go back into our normal routine. Solution number 6, add in different contractions. So if you've been doing just the normal type of push-up, where you're doing a fast eccentric and fast concentric contraction like so, then we can switch it up by maybe focusing on a different contraction. So instead of just doing the normal way, we can now just focus on the eccentric contraction. So we're focusing on the lowering down and going really slow. This is gonna put more time and attention for our muscles and switch things up. Or we can switch it up by doing the concentric contraction very slow. So for example, if we were doing pull-ups, where we could do, instead of doing the normal type of pull-up where we're going fast, we could do a slow concentric contraction, then lower down fast, slow concentric contraction, lower down fast. And then we could also switch it up by using isometric contractions. So that's where, if we were doing a pull-up, we could start here and just hold this position, then slowly lower and hold this position, isometric contraction for a little bit, then go down again and hold that isometric contraction, where we're focusing on different contractions. That's another way to switch things up and break through a fitness plateau. Now the 7th and final solution I have for you is to switch it up completely. So if you've been doing your basic calisthenics and body weight workouts, go try something different. Try yoga, try dance, maybe try doing weights, or try something totally different like what these guys are doing, where they're playing a totally different sport. Because what you'll notice is when you switch things up like that, you're probably gonna get really sore when you're first trying it because your body's adapting to new things, and that's what you wanna do whenever you hit plateaus. Me and my brother like to do this all the time, just totally switch things up, try different things, and I think this is the ultimate way to break through fitness plateaus for myself and Thomas included. Now, with all of these exercise changes, it's important to keep this in mind, that when you make this switch, that you do it for at least 3 to 6 weeks and keep steady with that change. Otherwise, you're not going to give your body enough time to adapt to the new exercises that you're doing. So if you were doing a workout routine for 6 to 8 weeks and you want to change it up, you've hit a plateau, when you implement these changes with your exercises, make sure that you do them for at least 3 to 6 weeks. So those are the 7 ways for you to break through that fitness plateau. So if you start to hit that plateau, use those 7 ways that I just talked about, and make sure to try each one at a time and do small changes so that way you can really find out what is causing you to hit that plateau. So that's all I have for you in this video. Now, again, this question came from our newsletter. We're answering the questions that people are turning into our newsletter because that's where we have the people who are taking action, the people who are investing in our courses and programs and really getting results. Those are the people that are on our newsletter. So if you're not on our newsletter, go to the link below. You can pick up a free workout from us. So make sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and we will see you in the next video. All right, so we're inside of our hotel right now, and of course we want to give you a little bit extra, because if you're watching this right now, we know you're one of our Hearts Core subscribers, and we want to give you a little bit extra at the end of some of our videos.
Definitely.
So these past few days have been really awesome. As you know, we're in Thailand, and we got to go to the countryside,
Yeah, that was amazing. So one of our girlfriends invited us out to go through a ceremony with her family. So we spent a couple days there, and just a really cool experience. We got to go through the ceremony with I think 9 monks.
Yep.
Eat amazing food, best food we've had since in Thailand, actually, even in the U.S. So just a great time, and also got to just hang out with the family and enjoy just a traditional Thai ceremony. So really awesome stuff.
And I just want to add that if you're on our newsletter, we'll be sending out an email that goes into more details, because there was a really important lesson that we learned, and I'll be sharing that later. I'm actually writing it up, adding a few pictures and stuff. So look forward to that.
Exactly. And during this whole trip, we're going to be sharing more information with you, little lessons we learn, training tips that we pick up along the way, and then also answering questions as well. So we'll see you in the next video.